welcome back to my channel. I'm super sorry that I have not been posting the past couple of weeks. It has been crazy. If there's ever a time for all your kids to get ill at once, yeah, it's gonna be November. All week I've had sick, I've had hospital trips. It has been wild, so I've had no time at all to do any type of content unless it was super quick and super easy. But all that aside, today we are going to be doing a beginner friendly wig install. Yes, this is cutting lace, this is cutting ear tabs, this is gluing down, this is melting lace. We are covering all bases. And would you believe this is a Shein wig? Look at the lace on this. But I'm going to show you how to flawlessly, as a beginner, install your wig without the mess, without the craziness, and with minimal steps, minimal tools, and minimal products. You will only need a few bits and bobs. So let me stop yapping and let's get into it. So I have already toned and cut this wig off camera. She's a bit patchy, but we're not going to look at that. This is what it looked like. I'll put somewhere on the screen of what it looked like before. Yeah. She did need toning, she did need customizing. This is one of the only blonde wigs that I've actually needed to customize in a long time. Other than that, she toned really, really well. This literally, I dipped this in and I was like, it grabbed really, really well. I feel like it's been forever since I've actually installed like a fresh wig. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have got like 2 wigs waiting for reviews, waiting for installs, in fact 3. So I need to really get together and sort my life out. But I just, like, with the kids being ill, just feel like I've just been at like 100 miles an hour and it just feels all a little bit too overwhelming. This morning I went to shave my head and my clippers are broke. Just dead. I was just like, you know when you're already overwhelmed enough, and I was at breaking point. At this point, I'm at breaking point. I thought, if it's gonna go wrong, if anything's gonna go wrong, it's just today. Today's just a weird day. Let me talk you through what I've just done. I like to use Got to Be Glued, a water-based adhesive for my installs, especially as today is literally just an install day. I will be taking this wig off as soon as I'm done making content. I always go for Got to Be anyway. I do like to mix, which you'll see later on. I use the DMUSE lace melting spray. This stuff is amazing, it really tacks down nicely, and you will get a really long wear, seamless install using both these products together. So these are what I'm going to be using throughout the process. What I'm doing here is I am just, especially with a brand new wig with fresh lace on that hasn't been cut yet, I like to just spray this part for head and take a band, and I just like to melt that in first. This is before I even spray round near my ears or even cut my ear tabs, mainly because I find this is something that I did as a beginner that I've kind of stuck with and I've taken with me when I'm doing fresh installs. I find that if I glue this bit down exactly where I want it, it makes cutting the ear tabs a hell of a lot easier. So that is a bit of a tip for you guys that I kind of picked up along the way. And has continued to work quite well for me. Now I'm going to leave this on. I don't leave this on for very long at all. I just like it to tack down and just get a little bit of grip on there before I go in, take it off and do my ear tabs. So I'll come back when that's ready. I'm so excited. I've just had my Black Friday, some of my Black Friday stuff that I've ordered come through the post. Contour and blush cream palette and their new, what's it called? I don't know what this palette's called, like made for different tones. So this is the medium, I think, because I like quite a deep eyeshadow. And it's got these shimmery shades on the top, I don't know if you can see, and then it's got these matte shades at the bottom, and I'm obsessed. And it was only 25 quid, you know. This little contour and blush, can't wait to use them, was only 35. I know it was on offer, but you get your little spatula with it as well, which I think is really nice, really classy. I've got so many things to review. I've got so many things. I'm really lucky. I'm really grateful for it, but I'm feeling the pressure. I've got 3 wigs to review. I've got a ZL one, I've got an Eternal Wigs one, and I've got a Rare Gen hair one. Rare Gen is a company I've never ever worked with before, so I think I am going to do a full YouTube review on that. So now we are ready to take this off. Like I say, we just want it to tack down a little bit. It's tacked down enough for me. So I'm just gonna go in. I'm just gonna move this. So it's sat exactly how I want it and it's not gonna move, which is perfect, especially if you're not comfortable cutting ear tabs and you just need it to just stay. What I like to do is I just like to find where the tip of my ear is. So it's here. And then all this bit of hair that's kind of above that. And I kind of like to do it in a bit of a diagonal as well. Just kind of like to clip that out of the way so that we're not chopping that hair off. Now, we will chop hair off, girl. Don't worry about it. That's what's supposed to happen, okay? So what I like to do is I like to use my cheekbone as a bit of a reference and point my scissors upwards. So we're going up and around the ear, okay? So don't worry about cutting off these bits of hair, okay? You've sectioned this part out, so that bit won't be cut, but the rest of it will be cut. It's supposed to be cut. Don't worry about it. It's a little bit of hair. So just following that line, take it, careful you don't cut your ear. And then what I like to do at the back is just cut that bit off. And look, I've cut that much hair off, but you cannot tell. It is sitting nice and comfy behind my ear. And you pull them bits down, super natural. You can tuck that, super natural. That's what you want, okay? So same to the other side. Going diagonal, clipping this bit up and out the way, grabbing your scissors, and just using your ear as a guide. And with this bit as well, if there's a bit too much hair, you can section it out like that. Got a little bit more up. That's how much hair we've taken off. So if you're worrying about taking too much hair off, please don't worry, okay? Because that's normal. Look how natural that looks. Tucking it behind our ears, it looks like we've got some little baby hairs. Perfect, that's what we want. This is gonna take practice, okay? Please try not to worry too much about being perfect. Girl, you should have seen the way I first cut lace and the way I first cut ear tabs. Horrendous, but do you know, like when I first started doing it, I didn't think it was horrendous. I thought I looked amazing. So don't worry about it. Now, as you see, I'm going in with my Got2b again, and just over the top and underneath this little bit here, really lather that. And we're going back over this bit. And again, just under here. Times. Also, another little tip to make it set quite nicely. Pull out some little bits here and tuck them bits behind your ears. Keep these bits out. And then once it's tacked down, which it should have by now, grab your band again. Just grab this bit of hair. You probably should have done this in the first place, sorry guys. Clip it up. Grab your band again. This one I usually let sit for about 10 minutes. The second one, when we go in to do our melting spray, I do leave that to cook for a little bit longer. I am doing my makeup, so it probably will be about half an hour, 45 minutes. I just say, when installing a wig, just make sure, especially as a beginner, you've always set enough time to one side to be able to make mistakes when installing the wig, because sometimes you'll be in the middle of installing a wig and all of a sudden it's just gone tits up and you have to take it all off and you have to redo it again. Make sure when you're first installing wigs that you have got enough time to sort that out. That's been on for about 10 minutes. And she's super sticky, she's sticky dude. Grab my comb and just brush her out. All the sticky. Just be careful though, you don't pull her up. You just want to lightly sort of brush out the Got2b from the hair. You see, it's lovely, it's bloody lovely. Now, this is where you need to listen. listen, because this is potentially where things could go bad if you don't listen, okay? We're gonna cut the lace, okay? Grab yourself a pintail comb or a rat tail comb, okay? And what you're gonna do is you're gonna lift your lace up and you're gonna just wiggle it around, because there's gonna be all this glue here. If you can see, if I lift that lace, you can see that the glue is here, right? We don't wanna be cutting there. If we cut there, the lace is gonna look ridiculous, right? It's not gonna be to your hairline. Wiggle the tail of your comb right up to the bit where you think you should be cutting. So right along that hairline. Be careful, you don't want it right under the wig's hairline itself. You need a little bit of space. So I would say, you know, about that much space if you can, to allow yourself some room. But as you can see, I'm just dragging it along. Just be careful along your ear tabs as well. I'd leave a little bit more room around here as well, otherwise it will lift. It don't matter if it does lift, you can always glue it back down. But this is such a huge and important part to cutting lace, because otherwise it's gonna look a little bit crazy, and when you put your makeup over the top of it, it's not going to blend at all. You're gonna have a bit of chunk of lace hanging on your head. If you're a beginner, please do this step, because it helped me for a very long time. I am now a very experienced wig wearer, and I can just cut the lace all the way across and not even think about it, and it looks good, okay? But if you're a beginner, what you're gonna wanna do is make 3 sections, okay? Like this, so that it doesn't overwhelm you as much as it would if you were cutting one area. Cut in, make sure all your hair, start from down here, and when you're cutting, zigzag, okay? Little snips, little snips. The reason you want to do this is because no hairline is straight, and put it in a straight line, the human eye is going to be drawn to that, okay? So if you're cutting in a zigzag line, as you can see now, before I've even put any melting spray down, that melts seamlessly. That's incredible, okay? So that's what you want to be doing. If you're cutting in a zigzag, it's going to be easy to hide. Here, remember, in a wiggly motion. Please take time, guys. It's not a race. Don't rush, okay? If you rush, that's potentially where you're going to mess up, okay? And also, if you allow for room, like I said, it just means that when you get to places like areas like this, if there's too much lace, like here is way too much lace, we can cut that bit off and it's okay. This is where the magic happens. As you can see, we have loads of lifting lace, and we're gonna fix that. We're gonna melt it. We're gonna melt it into the skin, okay? So this is where we get our DMUSE melting spray. Get yourself a little pot. This one is disgusting, but it does the job. Give it a good shake. This is a peach scented one as well, guys. So if you like scented stuff, especially peach, this is your gal. And I like to just get it in there. Get it in there. Now, another little hack. Another little hackiana for you. Drench it. Go in and just tap it on your lace. Just tap it all over. Okay. Nothing special, nothing spectacular. Just, there we go. And you can even bring these bits back out if you want. I'll give you a bit of a better melt. And just tap that onto the bits where your lace is lifting, okay? Onto the hairline. You can put on as much or as little as you like, but about 4 puffs in that, spritzes in that, and then just a cheap Amazon puff to make sure it's all wet. Now, the aim isn't to get it laying, it's just to get the product on it, okay? Get the product on, then grab your melting band again, and what you want to do is get that on tight. Get it on tight, baby, okay? And then, ideally, if you have an hour, please let this melt for an hour. If you don't, at least 10 minutes, okay? At least. The longer you leave it to melt, the better your melt will be, the more seamless your melt will be. I'm going to do my makeup and I'm also going to style as well. And I will come back. I'm hoping you guys are finding this relatively easy to follow along. I'm trying to break it down as much as I possibly can, but if you do have any questions, please feel free to put them in the comments. I would be more than happy to answer any questions that you do have on products, on tools, on how I'm doing, whatever. I'm hoping that I'm showing you all the right ways to do things and it's clear. Again, I'm really sorry I cannot see what the hell I'm doing. You should now be fully melted. As you can see, like, you are not seeing that lace, okay? Okay, so we're not going to put any extra product on, okay? So we're going to grab the brush or the sponge that you used to put your foundation on with, and we're just, you're gonna have a band mark for a little bit, so don't worry about that. I'm gonna blend that lightly in. Okay, just gonna blend it lightly in, and then you're gonna get your bronzing brush that you use for your bronzer or your cream bronzer, whatever, and then you're gonna just rub that in on the hairline. And if you used a powder or a blush or whatever, just rub that on the hairline as well, and eventually that band will go, that band mark will go, and it'll all be rubbed in. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and style my hair off camera. I've got to style it for TikTok, so I'm going to go style it in another video. If you want to see that video, I'll put it over on TikTok. Then I will come back to you with the finished result. So this is the finished look. If you guys want to see how I styled this wig, that will be over on my TikTok account. If you guys want to know where I got this wig from, I will link it down below. Shein has got a buy one get one free Black Friday deal on at the moment, so you can grab yourself a wig just like this and get another one completely free. I will put my code for extra pennies off down at the bottom somewhere on the screen. As always, if there's anything else that you'd like help with, or any tutorials, or any advice to do with wigs, with hair in general, whatever, alopecia, whatever it is, please let me know down in the comments and I'm more than happy to do a video on that for you. If you like this content, please like, subscribe and comment. It feels so weird when I'm saying that. All the likes and the comments and the subscribes have helped loads. I'm already on 100 followers, which is wild to me. Other than that, I hope you have a brilliant start to your week and I will see you again soon.